2-3 months or so 6 months ya ere nende ga shok rubi yaba they kwende eba go demand accountability from abantu ba kole gashi onye kude contractor museko ole umuntu oiro gashi okole utara ko chipa chosp we ke gashi you ever of good quality service, you know. So ngumbwali they demand that kind of kwende accountability where ko gashi ya kurwa ya obia compare na nkaiga tingo tena na tofauti nkaiga mishano ndoche maybe na tebe etele miono gina gas na koru bano biya koru lakini after a few months or a few years gas ya koru nenda ego ya sarika igo ndoche na in terms of in the comparison between ngumbu na gaiga, I think ngumbu they demand accountability nenda ko gasi you deliver. So I think that's the main difference na tebe wonega
bueno whatever na accountability ne ralia no enze ito ya Kenya ko sino ne county ito ya Kisii ne county ito ya Nyamire kere to kwa na ji county ito ya Gusii accountability kwa nero no ne ji contract jinkwa gujire egasi konde ja kole gasi erem ngita kiri ko korwa iriko improve ose ko imokerelie birange bya development tour.
Thank you. So go improve that kind of accountability ayanka. I think number one ngena omura yone wensi oiro gasi akole liwa sera obisi we ko make sure na egasi kwa erwe abantu kwa chole ba konye gasi yo abantu abuno no ba yene te ba deliver no ba te kwende the space ba kole gasi no ba yene te ani no ba trust it, you know. So that's number one. Number two, onya ya mwana kwa gasi oseni njana gasi osena kwa gasi ne county serikali aya mwana no what integrity yo kwa gasi yo to a point where orochi gasi ya kwa kabisa. So inche nyomurai ose umurai ndewe sora kwa gasi yo number one ngento yo kana kwa kwende na demand from get to go ngena otuale accountability in terms of gasi okora. That's all nana do.
Memano bono gwa tebana kwa rabera se ya America mia Cameron gibere ni tatu kwa go chanandi kwera no iga Kenya project nere kwa mia ke kwa berra project nere kwa nyare ko initiative sense ito ya Kenya.
In terms of project tinko tena na initiative project ya ndenons but rende through rende obra iwe dong ngwa na gaiga in terms of partnership na county to temere ko suguma abantu baito ba county bateme ko kolega na intimono to the diaspora moino. For example to tebe na rende ensema ya education alisi inde bonega kwende these groups ya ba usichi partner na kwende let's school chaga. For example there is a kwende a very good initiative to work between Kisii University and kwende and Minnesota State University and also before that there was also another partnership with Kwende Kisii University again with the University of Minnesota. So in terms of collaboration, say education, they are very good. And for example, in Jaiga, I'm very passionate about healthcare. In this sense, we see it to what the Kisii first. We see it to what about para to what everything we did in terms of kwende resources. Lakini asoka ndoche na maybe ndoika na kabisa no go deliver in terms of what we have. Oko montega same manager was the director no kiango, but they're not accountable to in terms of gas divide. You know, so I won't get that's where we lack. To what the rules, to what the laws, to what the policies in place already. But the execution of those policies is what ndoche to what the chand. You know, and I think having a leader oroche obose omanyire korana kimana ko differently can actually help improve that. So inje na te na rende in terms of rende ko what's the project teacher we got to all the partners on both sides who are willing to work together and who can collaborate and actually be able to make sure that even to one they actually come into fruition.
Ika sense ya America kero kongere konya gose konya no bate kero kendo ro gose asobora ya sense
bueno, so for the last around 10 years nintinarenge omura yo president ya mayitinge twice elected until last year August, where one who took over from me, Madam President Kahunda, she took over and she's doing a very good job. So yes, I've been a leader at Mumbuali for the last 10 years, and I've been mostly around the Minnesota area.
You are a former mwenye president in the diaspora.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Mimi nani kwa igure taito ende ya ajire ya soire kati nigo ne agoroguna umurai umugoro umwanya getinge asenseria diaspora. Ono ningo bori na kati kwa ningo bora yobo nyumotara ruobizi. Ngaki relationship ya renge asense America na mwanya getinge ya gusibon.
Not for the last 10 years, I think Kena Sweto, Egasya Kuro Akiko, Otema could bring both sides together. Kena Sweto, of course, I tried to improve on that. And as now I successful, and they will say being able to help that gap if they bridged was that I was able to create partnerships with both governors, Governor Ngwai or Yorobonega, former governor, or Nyagarama, or the late, yes. So I was able to work with them to a point where I think to plant a seed, which I could collaborate mono. So to the partnership, and then through hopefully I think that is going to become much more clearer and much more easier. So then that partnership but I think it's work in progress, and as long as there is willing partners on both sides, I think that relationship can even prosper more.
Ake rigere to rigere tiaria anne tarigo taramanya buya mwanya getinge yenerie kuko mwanya getinge minetina mwanya getinge no mugusio mugima mwanya getinge nerie ye katuko iguna mwanya getinge era asichense mo changumbu
mwanya getinge na were munere no mugusi mwanya getinge basically gere abagusi bale ngumbu baramo the same way mwata mwanya getinge gega ali ngumbu meteli tuko chingumbu to wate binto wow chamo igere sometimes very difficult. So when you think gasi ayemo no gotema ko kuleta bantu amo neba nambale busy. So when you think tanere tofauti igere the same thing na gaiga kirene to ngumbu one ali ngumbu we are trying to make sure na to chamo we amno mugusio yomo to make sure na linde mugusi number 1 na represent the ngumbu, number 2 mugusio yo na nyare ko through coming together ko konya useko partner bantu nkagaiga to chamo.
Ningani onde no ne achievement tibere yani birigu akorde kra kwaren ko bisi maega ya amoswat hulda tara ira yore bono bisi I know the achievement tibere kwanya to ko kora kra kwaren como president ya mwanya geting.
So number 1, which I think is very critical, and this is where I think I want to stress my point. Okay, now for the first time we're able to bring Omogusi through both partnership together for the first time to work together. Why I'm going to wate obonyomba no nyangumbu to wate group ya banyaribali to wate group ya bagetutu abamachoga abasi weta lakini group echo ntianya go chamo no mugusi chikole gasiamo as one mugusi. So part of my job kana sweto was to push for na bono tigata to ale obonyomba boito na tole lakini clans echo kechibo lakini essence mwe mugusi yawo chamo na kitura beka mwana ye clans inse tucha tukana no mugusi toka gasiamo kene mañana ali to ngumbu eto de saya bande onye ndoko bamo na kito tura ko gas. So part of my job first of all was to make sure na at least mugusi ochidamo na tebe na yale ngraisi but the true and consistent gas na bantu willing were able to get that done. Number 2, something that maybe that was also very much achievable was when to about the corona COVID-19. When it first came, bantu made an candidate. And the one roche anto bale mbwali awa mbwa chigasi gokabale wintao one ekeko de acha corona acha. Re acha chigasi mate chiera. Você abanto chigasi chiere break. One chiere break. Bantu mbabwate means chogo support. Mote ngumbu bantu na okonyoro mote oka na SMBA lakini mote ngumbu ali abantu bamente check to check. Ende bote gasi to koraga. So ekere korona ya swete. Ikase na mona bantu bwate gasi muntani nyomba to kwa nande to korakende. Bantu bwate ndagira. Babwati asokera bana. Wone ikabako. Wono mwenye tinge because we are community group. Which I think was big, was to create a task force Waya to mete na nto wata bantu betu community yetu. Wata batigashi. Abantaba it's not lack of gas. It's because yo kwende achire corona achire bono chiga shekru bono kinimba wa espakuchi. So I created a task force which I will say was led by the current President Yamani Hulda was at some point part of the team, and I made her to lead that team, and she did a good job. I mean, through that task force, we were able to wakonya mantoito chindagira kubera mache abande chipesa no nyenye choko rebi watabuati, and I'm very happy to say now our community came together. They raised money. They volunteered to raise money, and that money was used in a way that so those are the two things in that at least then they be more visible in that way.
Evingati ya biri wa korete krokualenga subrai. Nkwa na kiranisi. Yani obokenyomba. Obokenyomba borego si na ale bwajiro igasa mere. Nkiye kugera obokenyomba bokugendera korekana uroje mpaka bwajira ale na ugajuwata kubokora.
Njina atebega. Obokenyomba tikota nobe yabuli. Lakini ekere bikase no munyomba buko tokana ntoganda busyo then njelo jene mechando. Number 1, unyombobu ekera montole andonzi andosora ngende ebe ngumbu ebe nonye Nairobi. Umuntu kutakobera so abantu bamino bale. So naturally no to kutakobona n'umuntu bino. The same way the same way ngumbu bone sengende ntoli bange mono no corona umuntu kutakobera n'umuntu muabo Anisbero amo. Lakini nje corona obunyombobu eboro bia up to some point. Lakini kile bika senu no musi ne ndero chena bono na America ali etura bangi ko sasa Kenya. Onye ntonya guchamo tobeke kwene together resources together toko nyenka. You know then the no bunyombobu unable to hinder the progress kwene to torakole. So it's my own opinion. Na tena unyombobolia I think it's still work in progress. Abantu njenda ngorora nange ntetemba sungwarda obiamboro ekelemu wata bomuno mbusi. You do more in terms of endo chamo and you go far by doing that.
Obwamate bari sense ya America na batorega ngaki obwamate ngaki bari
ngatembe yebole think bebole think teba na teba think also clearly bu siye to gaiga at least no bwate umonta ya makuru family no bose kure kenyoro ole ngumbu ene kilo ngumbu ngote mado konya antu bale gaiga so ngote o mata bumboro in the sense that eto konya na family bose asoro tukuru lakini ndia yakobia na tayari yakobia na wa moto bu ibrahim bia mono ekele mugusi yago chama bo abeke mintama for example mugusi ali historia mumbu ali Ntuwata chiramba kutura own bank. Bengi yera to konya no yera to konya kagaiga.
Bengi yeta gerko be kwase orongorwa usito den.
Kabisa. Ende ebe ngumu ende toka. Ekere mu wate ende mun kirama go mu ko mintamo. Then it's much easy to actually push for che agenda che development because we actually pull together and they can be pushed to actually chichenka chikonya bantu.
Bueno, kero kuarenga marai bwa mwanya kitige president inko ase manifesto yao amangana yuna alengor na no kagrete na chiko ikira na kero kwa robis
na alengo kabisa tokatama krabo nde injina tebe sema yana kana alengo of course my goal was to push to make ndo the bengeyo but then it takes a process to get there so injina na kwete kwenga kete kwende plant the seed yo chaka that idea of na kiyo mugusiwe katore bengi yae bona sida ke bonega that idea is still going bona yo robo na rumara yo madam president Hulda ndengo temale sema yae ubeshona na ntonyore intake in the near future I think we'll have that done.
Nimeona tutari na goja sensi itu ya Kenya kero kwatere kwa raira nire goja sensi itu ya Kenya. Mero bergi aba mure ngombo. Kuma tariko be kere mero beri abane no mwaja mumira no nechi kaba nechi mwa bateina moro sie kiombe mwa bateina egasita kero koruga no nechi para na chita kero rosu. Yani ba benchmark ba rosi para senjere. Kuma tariko rosi kiombe ende mwa meet chikaba nechi. Usingo ba meet mure banka tegera.
Na tebe to atembre kera ngochi bale ngwa kwa benchmarking which is a good thing. Tuako na via tuara CMOU what they call a
Memorandum of Understanding.
Tuara lakini wana nchi ndio wakongo nangina ekira ba tire mumbu ali ba kule bench bank ba code ekira ba back kana ba kweba because efforts chicho go follow up na bara ani asetwa to anjane njigo le check you know and abona now tena my first point now tena ki ekira what umurayo go demand accountability go demand kwende execution of what is being done then you go far in terms of that collaboration I think it's there but esto ese ngo tena rende maybe tena mocho monto na tena ntura kwa enough nkena whatever we agree wakora mumbo ali in terms of na county ntori we ntori deliver monta wa jari twa kora twa kora via twa bangi bintu buya ago chakaiga they don't execute on what we agreed on right and ko chakaiga chukuri monto ne gas so I think that culture we can change onye busi kita contribution that sense of thinking has to change in a way that actually Namagendero and for that to happen you need a leader or understand in terms of that what that is na inde understand na ega sikikwa te vengo kolwere tigepur in a good way
ekarondi kitiko gora kurwa sansema ya transition kurwa America go ja since ito ya Kenya kia majo koleta bono Kenya kia no wachiri aba America ngo discourage bare aba ambare ba discourage abantu kwenda since ya America inge ko
tingo tena de discourage o mai tingo tena ki nka so ibo sole no aso ngo te ora kurevia tingo tena go discourage lakini mate mbio monto be realistic o manepi ngumbu ali de race ekira rocho monto ngumbu ali ne bato go cha kwara ni sembiere pando ngumbu ali de work hard ebe seri monto ria bato ngumbu they actually work hard for it yo ke kro monta go cha sa to bebe sa gaiga ga so nyo koleiri manda bana mbali kurara anda bana bali chiga sibere sesato mbaliko ego ka sapa baitiga ba kwanya mandoka so rio kro monto le ngumbu ago to bebe sa go cha go anigo ko tara kego kwa musika kiera monto yo corre o work hard bueno que to na abantu are being discouraging na banga ngubu here in distance aga Kenya onye ko bote gasiao onye ko revia at least in a month or say in a day no bote entre osuma you are better off than monto ngubu ikera ngubu alia tebe for example nyokolo mukwende ga mu itali ga so mu akiri ga okala ngumbu mind you start from scratch oje onye kwalingi eleva ngawa ga ngumbu ali wonda wocha ko konose ne process yo wocha sometimes it's not very easy for some people so that's why ngota na ngumbu ali dokota na togendo lakini if you can do more I got solenka I think it's better off for monto berega or science gera ngumbu ali is not any difference than gega don't need to what ngumbu na tebe is in terms of resources ntoboate ngumbu ali ntoboate nkaiga lakini the issue to ngoranche toboate kina is the managing of those resources ali ngumbu I think for what they have they manage them very well even tebe kebe virina ntuga to rasiede they actually work over there aiga I think if we just change a little bit na kego just to be straight on a few things I think we can be at the same level.
Nande inko majiro ko manyaka gorore kana na aba abantu bari ngumbu America bari ko trust na aba mwa bari asensi to haken bari ko se sali ga se ko benying
tiko tena it's about trust lakini it's about what has happened in the past ekiara mate yo ngumbu wa kolega si yao kwa temekere yento kwa mya otome ebesanka where you expect no mondolinka ngutumia le kwa motomera in a good way in later kwa nyana mara mo bangete tayo so I think because of experience because of past experiences I think abanta bange wakila sababu they don't tend to trust abantu and because of past issues lakini trust me tigere personal you know in never depend on monto o kwa gasnere na tebe tingo tenjeno na trust ire clase trust ngo tebe yere mo individual ayo mo nyana ntabo mo ko ngumbu ko tumebe sanka we como nyano mundo yogo to bachibeza no muntu o manyete so kwa standi for a while no muntu ra kwa into target I think that is more of a personal level lakini in general ende because of past experiences, that's why corona maybe there's no trust. And then because of this technology, I think that is slowly changing for the better.
Memang umanjo muriria ni gon sembrete ni gon to sanga amo na intu nyorona ni go tuwa to mogani ta studio yo kuma yuna chef Chui ichana kidi di dadi nene anje to kutumia Chui igo na boganda go sanga na intu tumari bodi au wetrase na mbeye rase skini igwarabu boigo na bogo tonyora se mitanda yo Facebook Ndizi TV News na sensemere ya YouTube Ndizi TV News boigo asensemere ya Twitter na bogo tweet at Ndizi TV News ende tunya to kogendera tumari bodi au rirora ni to boli omurai Chui mna endere kwere sabu Chui korto uskabosio ninkani otote experience kiao osobu manyibwao asenseme ya leadership anene karo kwa beire umurai umwanya gitinge president umete gono bwato bumanyi kora tevinga ke go bumanyi asensemo ya leadership
ensema leadership na tebega number 1 inche ali ko kele na ngomoke ko primary school na lenge a boy scout ose ekwende onyomete boy scout na lenge one of the leaders na ngomoke ko onka enda ende high school ose ende secondary no na lenge onye what you call prefect, or say head boy. You know, I was part of that. I can add in college. I was part of what we call the students' union, where I was also what we call a student senator in terms of leadership for 4 years. So I can say my leadership personally, that passion for leadership. I've been also been a leader in different community groups, in championing things for the community. As in there's areas we can improve, also there's areas where we come together, we can do better. So when you think in of course that is evident. I was twice elected because of the work that they knew we could do.
Kwa chorti jintu ndaibere. Tamu chitamu na kama kawira miaka na kwa
miaka basically in chair I was the longest serving president. So basically na lenga miaka almost close to 9 years as well. Because I don't make signa nene mwenye tinge. Number 1, unless you're passionate for it, you get a volunteer. You don't get paid. So basically, I'm a holder because of a passion. You go when you think where you go to the passion you have to create time to do that. Understand? Maybe we make it look easy. If you look at the sacrifice, you create time for it. Number 2, you have to be very passionate in terms of I'm doing this for the community. You know, so we go to that passion, and I think that's why people don't understand. You want to they're working on a volunteer basis, but they're able to bring resources.
Lakini inga kitu ranshunio korua gose inga kiji kure chiko chorua sense America manena se nseme president mwenye kiti.
Yeah, so my basically it's re-election. So basically tutawa na waone tuwate chukule next year. So ni medena etami anenkwere maybe August. A few months, maybe 6 months before ikwende tamwere, we have a committee was selected. Committee one in charge of rende kro kumanga chikurecho. Na benge the same thing like ikaba baba bangire umuntu irure usaba abantu bayirure bani volunteer ko run for office, then group yuko banga yawe kalituko, and then abantu ba vote. The last time we had for the first time because of corona, we actually had a voting through online. Basically in Kenya, number 1, you're a registered member of when you think, but what are very secure when the system where once you're a member and you're registered, you can actually vote through online. Basically, you can get a link you kwenda ase abantu bale okochora pick you submit. So that's how it's done. But there's a committee no go plan and execute that.
Mbiyamano. Bueno, kuirenda sensitu ya Kenya. Ibirangreyo mbiribe.
One on the Kenya, this has been a long time coming. I'm back, but also I'm back. I believe na calling umbwali kote makata andamo, and through my interactions, na bantu lende banka na umbu na awao. I think nimbo that ability, we say capability to be able to actually do the same thing I gabusi. And I think in the negative one, I am officially here as well campaigning. And the one which was you, you continue seeing me more in terms of my candidacy and in that sense.
Iwana kwirenda sense itu ya Kenya anene nekiro kyo senator ugujuguriya se county ya itu ya Kisii. Mwajumuriria kwa igure na bona ande twa changerie koruo otere na konye nigare former president mwanya gitinge na ando irenda sense itu ya Kenya bono na bo senator agujuguriya sobo joli bogo chumwa ko jirubere ne merongo ebere bona ande gitu bwate oyo gujuguriye kirogo kyo bo senator de county ya Kisii anene inki eganga yao yuguriye kirogo kyo bo senator se county ya Kisii nirerie.
And number one, of course, it's my passion. You know, give back to the community, and then in that sense, that passion you taka ko chana kwa ya wantu. Number two, the other thing why I'm actually running for Gusii nkena Gusii ga no nyiwire mona town ya Kisii town na very for the last 40 years. Na very say from when I was born, all the Gusii town ito no nyede chiama de Gusii ga ojole. Even though one from 40 years ago, we did the same, we change. Why? Think that no nimete. Lakini I also know now part of that is because not over I were to what we county we when say ito. Breakana ase vrasume ega asie krumne takere. Inche I think through exposure, through rende ko tarawa, ninde those kinds of ideas, echichira konya bantu baito to bota namo to kolega asiam. So those are the two key things.
Bueno, umete egasi umasena tanoko ne ogokora oversight role. Ya no kuriri go Namagendero na ngokora Canada se county ya Kisii mero berige begir ayebono raisa kwire kirwege na kiora jo kore meremeye eriko ena kebuna mo governor ore ase county ngokorare ngoikirani ali resources chiri osingo korara Namagendero atakero kore kasi county.
But you whatever, egasi was number one, of course no oversight here county in terms of rende le kigasi okoro. In general no senator egasi na kore where I think I can add more value ngena it's a necessary thing to watch committee. To watch healthcare and to watch transportation this committee wow. I can do more senator. Of course, number one we can do a very good relationship no the governor in terms of the relationship. Lakini kibona kana no senator basically my passion is more healthcare na infrastructure in terms of the chipara technology and the navy. Born in na mosenta morang na Chui sene ko mosenta. Part of what I'll be doing, of course, no push ko ba a party committee healthcare was a committee transportation. If I am in that committee, then I can also be able to see where I can bring those resources in partnership with governor ya Gusii, where we can help improve healthcare and money sector chipara. So egasi will be pushed to be these committees. Erende inganchere nyare ko partner more with the county government. Within na very important in terms of the Uski County to push.
Agar tu ajir mana sema ya siasa Namagendero guru kyo bo senator se county ya Kisii. Ekiama kya ongere
Simonega, of course, I'm a member for ODM. Of course, we have to go through the process of
nominations.
So Simonega and ODM, and I'm going to be there until nominations. Of course, we'll support them as much as we can.
Kuara bere asensema ya siasa kagara kategori leadership kurwensema ya America kuika kwanya kubwa tsimura yonde bwenzi ase obajori bwetete bwa 2017 kwa wat tsimura yonde bwenzi koire geroga se county ya Kisii gose ngwa campaign rate yonde engaki ya 2017.
But actually 2017 I was part of the team was support Ongeri, the current senator. So I was there, but also as part of that process, as part of being part of Ongeri's team.
Senator Ongeri.
Yes, Ongeri. We were also part of the larger NASA team. He was support the governor, women rep, I'm on Ngerende. So yes, I was part of that team. Ngerende Nkwarega Stokora. We were able to get them elected. But then I was initially campaigning for Ngeri, and then I ended up also helping the women rep from Ngera, plus the governor as well.
Generally, you were in ODM, you supported ODM people, wakaide birogo. Bono, whatever na ngwabete chief campaigner ya Professor Samungiri yoro mosenta boni. Sento Ngeri, nade mokoro kurwe region ya Manyalibali. Ara isakote anande robo seneta koira na kubori, ne gorite ni gerokia ya gosikuru anade gerokia. Uroje sabete kugoita.
Esa mne bada akangake, kilende it doesn't mean na take over. I think kilende onye ka kotaketa kuira na senator, of course it will be again an open seat. You know, he has to defend himself in terms of kwende gasiae. Nenje yogo so we can prove now why I'm better than him. Himonobia is also going to kwende governor. Which means that ikiro kiyo percent can get open. So
natangasa na kuberera bugabana.
So which is a good thing. Nje ngota wana inde so senator. Of course nimete ntu wata abantu bakorani. Nje ngota ndembia. Nje ngata anytime we have competition in terms of senator, I prefer that.
Mbiye kwa tebira abuna ojira so bugabana na eno tekuri obo senator. Lakini bona mwensi mukuru wa sensema ya Nyalibali. Kore no chikonde biyo urona Nyalibali mukuru mwensi aye bugabana mo senator no chikonde biyo ekero tukwira na kurwa so mutimoko mokeo. Mwanju muriria titokwenda so mutimoko mokeo nitokwira na utumaye kogendera no mugeni itu iyo tebira ni ga ujikuri kibo senator ase county ya Kisii Tosca.
Ndizi TV, ubwansu bw'omuguzi. Sabaria yichi kilomita chinyinge ni yego chaka nekerengerelio kyo gikubikirwa umupya yaunchuka nakoba obwonchoreria obubokororekana asumurubilyo bwesabaria yobwonchoreria nigo tokwemanya amanke igoro yogo chako obwonchoreria koremereria na buigo kumanya ebitango biria biraroro boigo nigo tokwibira igoro yabaria baikiranire neganka yabo yogokora obwonchoreria bwebirenko bigoro
mwancho murina kwaria ririme yo murubiri bwe sabari yo bonchiri yo murubiri ko yetu na inche Ndemo Steven
umerana na Steven Ndemo kirituko rya lamisi enseye muninsu ya Maragoba na boigo mwiroro rituko rya Jumatatu chinsa isano libiri n'ikidegeka 15 cya mugaso imeya Ndizi TV. Eduka ye supermarket ya Gadmart iyuye igurwa bwankoiga imeyo muchukisi nigebwa tobokoreri bwebirenko bigoromono nabo igo gutwara ibintu byonsi biryoraganie inseye kiramekemo nigo bakohonia chindagira chugutumeka jikoni buno busiye bwogurwa bukma bujubwa mandazi amaguta yugo karangira chinyene esukari echumvi chisabuni chimete omo nibinde binge boigo mbabwate bakery yokoro isimigati ijwere muriro nebinde binge buna chijiwel nechinsa chukobeka koboko mbabwate customer care center yekerengo kigoro asoko nyorobo koreri obusira kigima okobugoreri bwemesiyo yao gwika asoko chiko yebuguria ayibwe komonyene boigo onye kobwate libolio na bukugenda gwikase desk yabo ya complaints na borobwo niko barakurigiriye omochando oborendi nigo bobikire kurwa gesiri ekerogo soharoro na boigo mbabwate asukwege kigari yao ekiroko so iseduke iyo iliyoko nyorobo koreri bwabo batarire aseduke iyo erimi y'umuchukisi angeni chiabisi chia Guardian iliyo nyorobo koreri ubusera Gadmart Supermarket ebintu byonsi insiye kiramekemo n'amagurianse.
ande to koirania ko kaseme science kiane ni garoto ndete ko tubwate nkwana itenene igoro ya siasa namagendero ime yorongo rwagusi amonenzi ito engimanyurana nigotori no magani as a studio chef Chui ichana konende lietari ali imbona manyakane tena Chui ande hatebiri nangu cyari kuri gero ke senata se county ya Kisigo ndago tomali boli ya wetera se namba yera se screen ya oboigo asense media Facebook tonyore Ndizi TV News asense media YouTube Ndizi TV News asense media Twitter na boto tweet @Ndizi TV News ende ya konyoro okoboli kwao kuliora gani omogani ito oyibono ogochikubuli gero ke senata kiri oragani agotebye osiri swali liboli lyonsi liragani airaneri ikono nakuboli liri tutaranda so mutumo kuna umugabana oyo chigori gero ke bugabana utangasa bene na kuje gori gero ke bugabana Professor Mongeli naye gwate bino jiru kubuli senator lakini mukuru kurwa sense ya nyaribali moroje abagusi aba Kisi county ngake boje kwira linganeli
na tebega ko murai osomo gushyo minto it doesn't matter ngayoruwete inche my principle again now so long as you can deliver we say you have the ability to deliver no murai doesn't matter was no nyareba aliole mukiangore I think that should be done one of course omukwende sendongeri no mundo nente to sama nyareba ali and that's a good thing him running for governor Nigeria running for senator should not be making a difference onye akolega singi na njengolega singi no nyareba ali it doesn't matter nganga into it I think at some point we have to change that gina kaya montega asi depending on what they can do and hopefully in future ntoteme move away from mangana yana wasi nyareba ali kiango na wono kwa to governor ndokotwala masenta from the same clan that idea I think should potentially go away kama montega asio roche ora deliver mondo ora konye kilo mondo I think once we get to that point it will be different but now to your question am I worried about rebbing no inche ese yanango ngonya o yora rena maybe ese ni mbo tofauti ni nkolega asio o na take kura lakini inche at some point I think we have to start moving away from mangana yo bonyomba I think if we do that we'll move we'll show we are and they will be able to let them out to na mundo na chora ba response but as long as they can deliver for we I think that's what we should start thinking about
mbebono ngware ngejibu campaign ya Professor Samongeli okamo campaign lyo gate yantu mwagire chikura nda bantu bakamwachikura oroje na okorire percentage ya korire neisa ine nande kera ekero kwire na bantu kumanya bale na ngwa mu campaign rete na bantu banyorete kere myaka 5 ne megisana banyorete na ngwa batete bachorongeri roje ongeri ga sia korire no nyore credit kera no ikwara ngejibu campaign ya
tingo teba nje egasia ne yalingi go ko mondo matora kwenye county so ngeri egasia korire nje na tene otemere okole gasi sa kunyara I think he has worked well in the governor ya Busi and I think they will be able to do a few things na tena wa korebia asipata probio asipata nyara I think that's where maybe mundo mara aswe assume but in terms of inchega Namagendero negasi in terms of the role I think he has done a good job in my opinion
anene bano campaign njira igorerwa na ekyombegete ne dawa chol ne jimbe IBC ngira igorerwa kurende gusiene nene asinane baka moniangu umuntu ore moniangu moino namanye Chui watari baka moniangu umuntu ore moniangu asura madina bano Chui ngo etalenge amanye na Chui naro
nango tena onye tana amanye ngo manyari gusiene nene lakini ndio usinenge ekero kole campaign ende kero wake sawa yana kio campaign in terms of strategy Busi compared to areas nenke sana of course na wera bato ika chingongo chons picha Busi but through a good strategy and through a good planning of your campaign na ba o kira bantu once so in che campaign ane is ongoing and we are still continuing ni no maana na at some point pako montorio wone otama eti ngoma nyari osada chamanya
bueno kiama gwate ano DM Igo ngo support yoro murai bwe kya magyo DM kwate abangu support ti governor ga support de mokonyo yo ga support ani ODM we igo bono ani go te abantu na twaka gwako go gwakero mo governor kya magyo DM gwakero mo senate kya magyo DM ose kya mekemo uroje ngo jakiri kya leta amonjori kya rabona kero montara se kya mekemo ta kunyara kubori uri mwabona kikwagosire ose konyori ba campaign le tiamo
na tebega ekero kiama kero gyonsi. Of course, the idea is to get about the same party to, of course, win their seats. Lakini also from another perspective, it doesn't matter which party you belong to. What matters to me is that you ODM, na say Wiper, say Kiango, say UDA. Umonto you sign kurai. Now what the ability kurai in terms of his experiences and in terms of his ability. Anya monto kalebia inje nkubake kura. It doesn't matter nang party kiari. Of course, a party matters in terms of this region, but SMO mine pinking now. I think akere monto kura orocho ora kolega ega singe kabisa.
Ase sensema ya usi Kisii County sensema ya seneta umo bunge boni yo kituja South Richard Onyonga mumaimana aralina kujar kuburi kero kyo seneta wetera ase ticket ya ODM ekiara na so ase kya magia ODM ekero aenda ase chungwa house yakaenda akastaka tena so ODM kuru ase kya magia Ford Kenya akatengo kujar kuburi obo seneta na ayengo kujar kuburi obo seneta bon ticket ya ODM ya jire abandi mbara so antura mambara bakuru bya so ODM ukwaber no Onyonga na ay kwabera Onyonga ngoburi obo governor ani ngoburi obo seneta engana ya onererie ose urabato nyore ticket ya ODM ngakioka
na tebega. Number one, I would like to thank Umra Nyonka for, of course, coming back to ODM and of course to being part of our team. Number two, ngena tena obu yangena every party mono ODM about the process you go to Raband. So anybody can run for any seat. We can have more governors, 2 governors, but where it matters, at some point, of course, there will be nominations. Or way, I think it will be in good faith and in good favor. Was about the Monto you or nominated you or so, for example, I'll expect him to support my candidacy. Of course, I'll do the same.
Ngora para ingo ikauna mwa kwa nabana na moju support kike wikalia mwate abuna ligi ngiya lengo bwibi bwaba na iberwa Monto na independent usonde kia making now. Ayoroje na obosibole mbaba se nomination ya ODM karo tochuganda se nomination tumachuganda sobojere wan
Esmonega nimbuato kwegana na I think we'll have a fair nominations. In the past the same thing, but I think this time around and they through of course the party leader on the Borairo Dinga clearly said now this time around we are going to have a very clear nomination. The process has to be followed. Oyo kobu so oyo tanjirane ka complain certain one this rigging, they'll do the process again. Paka monte yanchirane. So nini ko gana time way and based on oyo ndego kwa na Israel ko kwa na tebete that we'll have that fair process. Whether that comes to prove right is another story, but this time around we'll do a good process in terms of that nomination.
Into kwa ndegoro yechi klani simu yani kile nyombe kutaka koba ensemo ayibona umunyali bali wete ndo kwerushika umunyali bali najira mo getutu tingwerushika mo getutu ndo igete ko iboru asense meyo abanyali bali aba kwa barabu kwa abaretiramo bamanyire na Chui kwa babekiramo because abanyali bali ngwajibero ko tebekana na babo ati nyomba nyinge ana bakungusana na kampana nero nyomba nyinge ayibona buno umunyali bali kwa babekira abanyali bali amo barakwandiri ogerimu.
I think SMAU, I think Natebe is still work in progress. I think at some point we'll get there. We are still working on that to a point where at least in the so some point mbarana na mbaramo. So na I think na bakina mo tayari. I think negaji kwenda kujibushu.
Well, tuasi umuna lero wachorirwe kobo senator ya Kisii County. Ingiora kore tabauti kuwabara bali babero kirigara leta Namagendero County ya Kisii.
Number one, I think nchorum no senator ko sembe Kisii County senator. The one thing that you will see number one is the demand for accountability. In chasing kolega asi o say anything kweb in terms of egasi kweb. one thing I demand on the ban in terms of people I work with is number one, accountability. Number two, you, of course, personally, you have to have integrity, but number one is accountability, and you have to be able to deliver on what you're being tasked with. So you'll see me pushing for that even more. Who of course we're supposed to work together. Part of my job will to make sure now Governor you actually does what he does, given the resources the national government or a county. So I'll push to make sure now, number one, our collaboration in partnership with the governor, Ningere, in the Konya.
Anene onege to ke korana na ire uri swali ndina ranyona wacho ru senator UDM e governor ya UDM na kira chikusukume governor UDM ekore Namagendero ikere mwacho tu na muna mosio joint ticket igose more kiame kemo ingigera ingora ko difference ko ranyona mwacho ru kiame kemo no governor
be clear being from the same party doesn't mean that you're accountable. Okay, it will be nice because, of course, we're in the same party, but that doesn't take away governor, like anybody else. So being from the same party doesn't mean I'll be less of a senator because no. Actually, it will be much better because now I can work with him even more. Ask I'll do the same thing. Number one, can we partner together to create a space where we can collaborate to work together? Because I believe now governor, senator, okay, although they are different roles, should not be any different, because the only way you maybe is through partnership and collaboration. So I think in ODM, the first thing I'll do is to get that collaboration. Because at the end of the day, we are delivering something about this county. Our job and role is to make sure a county is restored and rate. So it doesn't matter who is going to be there. I'm going to work with whoever I have to work with.
Aneva non kujurkuri ngori yore kero kyo seneta se county ya Kisii chibesana njiji ko be kwa njiji ko retwa ngake mora babisi eto wasimuna bana ko ire kero as a county general devolution gora bera sense ya America na kwa jira se ngori knowledge na Namagendero gendrete na ikerengo kikia Namagendero anyara kurwa as a county ya Kisii no ne ya Nyamira as sense in terms of devolution
njena tawega na before my passion is more into healthcare than infrastructure, because I believe a healthy population, so a healthy community, and where things move around, you're able to grow the economy. So in general, by the time we are done, if I'm senator of this county, you will see a significant improvement in terms of how our healthcare system is managed within the county. Okay. Number two, you also see an improvement in terms of our road network. I'm also deep into education. You will see also that part improve in terms of having people who are able to perform and actually deliver on their jobs. I'm also personally, I'm also I'm IT or say ICT consultant, in terms of computer kiam. Part of the infrastructure is not only just roads; it's also infrastructure, technology. Making sure now, maybe a center, a healthcare center. Also, no and nyaribali osakeroka. Ndikete na dioko anda kwende any of the centers your record yori ya nyitari yera yemo mana yuko tana na maskara na oko clinic kiango. I want to move that. Basically, I'm saying now, in terms of healthcare and infrastructure, these healthcare systems are connected. And that only can be done if we truly work together with the governor, because I believe now into what the resources. But how to get there is where we need to improve on. So I think with my candidacy, I think and push, I think I can be able to work with the sectors, the various sectors that are involved, to help improve that. And of course, as a senator, it's also to attract national resources to the county. So if I'm in that position, I'll also be able to advocate more in that sense now. In this county, they what this needs. How can I help push the resources to the county to collect the governor to deliver on what we can.
Asa Jones what every day you to korai be kabine senator igasiyo ra kore ne governor ne governor me deren kwe wale kit lakini senator kwe kit wano kobeka igomine tina umundu mocho ko fane robi sinero ra okonye ende ko na kia magendra atakora ti kera no kumuranguja ako samoni goja Nairobi ache ko ansa maswali na ki una ngari akore kan ayomete gojikorosi para tali agorosi mugabon gojikorosi aro abwater na bamusi ayabone gasiano go oversight ore ose gasingu jiro kore kan bono no bwate preferred candidate ase sema yibo gavana o takere majo kore gasinere andi na handi so bojodi bogoje garo chikura chiari.
Of course, as one I'm got the academic go prefer, lakini of course that's a personal decision. I think kwa na mona about that. But then atena omondo ora so bisho governor and same you. I think my first task no commissioner how can I work together with them? Of course, into what they role oversight. I mean that's what the center role is. I'll do my best to make sure now review the county from our governor go. But that also comes or works better. A working relationship ne governor to point where governor metana ka monto yo kwana gasi is all me accountable. You go nenche we can deliver a single deliver. So inche I don't see any problem with that at all. Of course creo que ngebo ativesa chukora except oversight, but that job or say that kwende a partnership with the governor will help me push to have that done more from his side.
Eka tu suka bosio igoro amo mangana na lenka se kwen ustutoras ko jase national politics tetora kwanda se county ya Kisii oroje kia mageo diemu se county ya Kisii kusasoro gongoro gusi inkere ngebwata ini anne krongo ko bodi onyoro na omwaka wejirubere na 15 na 2017 chikura kia mageo diemu ngiabwata mochumbe no yomo no mboro ngibwati yomo gyate gutware direction ya bonchali orojina bono kiama gyo diam giama yutwara esagasagange ekero to kumachikona chitimu bire jabere ya simbarati ne yekora uno mugavana amona mugumelebu ngakira kwande ase obuhambate gose kiama gya ODM ime ya county ya Kisii
na tebega and tigambe be clear in this sense. One also ODM what's happening in terms of what simbarati not what ongeri. I think that's healthy for the party. Nje same what ko yona kwa ngena Ongeri can run for governor, Simba can run for governor. Lakini sema tena where I think it will make a difference ngena when it comes to nominations. Will either party agree in terms of so kwa support the same thing for me na Onyonka or senator. Okay, we will go to nominations. I think it will be nice for either party to support. So in terms of what's going on right now for in ODM, which is also the same thing for other parties, is a good thing and it's healthy because after Amana Yaranspi, you end up having the best candidate or number two, representing what all our hopes are.
Lakini ekero to korana mangana ngoja wale barutirana mangana oyote ana umurerwa masaku oyote ana no murerwa jingo egente kekero bakurutirana mangana gwatebirana healthy asibale abana siasa lakini ingakiero bochanu osinga kiere chingurgo kya saba kichigura barawekera bakichigura bakuri anda bakungusanana barabunki bakorengereria baromba rojina na healthy enderete gose barojina kungusanana ko endereto
mate ego dipena na bantu nje I would like to think now umuntu roche what's happening should see that as a healthy a healthy thing to happen. Kiara, if you look at anything, there's always competition. And there's points where I think people will not agree on the principle. Number one, of course, it's healthy. Number two, by the time to talk to by the time to nomination, no best represents their aspirations. You got but for me, I would say that's normal because it happens in any competition.
Bueno, anene tutaraenda nominations. Kwarangeri una ne kia mageo diemu barai balibe kia mageo diemu bagote na bono Chui itabote support umuntu gete gose bakoekero bagochinjirie kero ngao bagote na bono gendo bogavana osegendo bo member of county assembly nuanje.
But they will depend. I think everything is about negotiation, you know. So, but then for you to negotiate, you must also negotiate with an upper hand. So, if at some point it comes now, I have to negotiate for what I have to. Of course, I will. But that depends on what that is, and we'll get there when we get there.
Bueno, tu skill se national and national politics. Siasa jichigoro. Untuara na umurai wekiama geo DM ibono umurai yo. Na nero support na tuara umuyego monene ditukiricho makatanga sabuna kuchari kubori kerogyo president mwaka ogocha. Engana yawo nereri ase umukutano tuakora na ande bono umurai wense ebo umurai wekiama geo DM kutanga sabuna kuchari kubori kerogyo borai wonene bogocha.
And number one, I would like to offer my congratulations to the Right Honorable Raila Odinga for declaring now he's going to be running for president for 2022. Of course, he has my full support. And then the once because now at every I think we no kiama no. So again, I believe in Raila Ekera. He's someone who I've followed closely. I don't know more than now about any Kenya. You know, if you look at what he's done so far for Kenya. I won't say not perfect. No, nobody's perfect. Or entro era corre ese ito o tema de kusuma Kenya ito ever saga ya gochibosho. Igo no mundo tomo chance you. Of course na bago suma ko ende more to come.
Bima ntubuata hoka ntubuata uda ye kora una omo kanyibu marai wense William Sameruto ntroje okanero ne bwate Musalim Davade gatwara Moses Bitangura gatwara Gideon Moi gatwara na Waiba Karonso musio marai Waiba Karonso musio ekerogolia chibono tuatwarire totebe na magabarwada na chibara sisatu ase omo ungaki oroje siasa yo
siasa ngo nene ngire nene tiang ende bak sina ngateba. Anytime we want options, I think it's a good thing. Of course, they have to make their case on why they should be the candidate. So I think in a good, healthy democracy, having different parties and different options is always good because at the end of the day, no mundo na ora kolegasi. Onye takoragasi mo tevira korale njengo tena mo blame because na ya kwa veketime igon kwaroche wae kwa makete kuro kwa mosoime so nje na kendo ngeti uda oka na ODM I think that's a good and healthy competition. Again, they also have to sell themselves for us to be able to make that informed choice.
Ntwaro jo maraibuense anene maraibuense twara reka go twara chinkwana chokorana na barajigo ko koboko omo muraibu kiama kia ODM Raila Odinga karalinga sema ya Nakuru karalego kora erko account na Nakuru city tokara deba sai na murai tabote ose moire ngora baga kabara para enda na tuska baga kabasikwe ana neri tukuli goro muraibu ense urumwe Kenyatta na bune de protocol after mo konyo ya kwande na moiri baga na andre garurura kwanda karangira Raila gacha kokwana ekabachikorakana na bwato bobisikete muraibu ense na bwato bobisikete na barachi komo koboko omo raibu kiama kia ODM Raila Odinga ayabona asingwani oroje ngaki asibirengeri ngaki oroje nande umuraibu ense arajigote oragana ko mwaro koboko Raila Odinga arajikomotena bono amo mokonyo osinguru asensema ya centro na kiroji kure jigo koba osinga kiabo jorugo jikoba
na tabe number one ekere President Uhuru ako ndokoboko in terms of lende leadership. I think it's a good thing. Na tabe if you go back to 2017 already the digital chukurachiri already na kiambe ya lenge weta mbele ya ningia. Okay, Kenya was actually at the cusp of Kwandese had things been the way they have been. In Germany, of course, I was a staunch supporter of NASA and ODM. Number two, I'm also what they call a reformer. Siasa Namagendero. Progressively, I think they didn't change. For that to happen, you also have to have an environment also over the peace for that to prosper. So what happened in terms of the handshake? Initially, okay, I wasn't for that. Initially, because now we are so close to having that power to do reforms. But now looking back, that sense of could have caused more chaos in Kenya. But what that handshake did, it actually brought us to a point where kila muntu akayana akatoa peace.
Ekarto morembe.
Amorembe uyu ogerere number 1 biashara bigendere. Yagerere abantu nyo ko invest batware confidence in Kenya in terms of investments. Ya korre abantu barna ki na moba na mulku wana mangana there's a possibility na mugo chamo mo kwana ni mo kolega siama for the sake of our people.
Bueno, ngote abane na ekaro ba kwana neti ni go ba tengete umukonyi bumurai bwense Dr. William Ruto. Andishiki kabakati ya Raila na Uhuru lakini bakamotenga umukonyi bumurai bwense. Bone ekaira nande na morembe toraliria sabe. Abantu bari ba uda na ba gukire muna umukonyi bumurai ni gabe gitwense.
No, te ante veiga. President Uhuru ne era umurai bwense. Ekwende aya deputy aya Ruto ne era deputy aya. Ekero umurai yo ago ke sabe ya wende bosio okoreminto for the better of the country. As a deputy, my job is to support that. So, I don't see anything wrong with Uhuru shaking hands with Raila for the sake of Kenya. As a matter of fact, Abandawabere should be commended because for a leader to be selfless, yata nabono tiganti ko motumo ko ngene gochia, tiganda na kitokole gasia mono monto yo tutewa nini for the sake of our Kenya. That to me is very big. So, if I was Ruto, I will actually appreciate what the president has done because he accorded a chance to actually even campaign in a very peaceful environment. So, in terms of that, I should say now, Ruto should actually thank Uhuru for doing what he did because Konya, and now you can see one of Siasa work in an environment very peaceful and be.
Wajibosia no jingo ngujitoro ko obajori obonene orojo morembe ngakyo pimento marembe because what na 2017 ekaro we fiar korakana ne binto mbiri kuturban bono wajibosia antoroje obajori bo mwako goje ngakiro je binto bire goturban hankoro gose ngaki no goturban gotegero jikobo ngakyo morembe takere go bekwa endo goturban okonyara gokorusugo.
Number 1, Jena Tebega, I'm very hopeful now. Next year, when we have our elections, I think it will run smoothly. Why? Because number 1, that handshake has fostered a lot of peaceful coexistence in terms of and I think that should not be any different. Which was you, of course, people are not disagree, but in terms of the environment, yes, I think this time around it will be different because about a clear focus in terms of where they are going. So, of course, you have to be hopeful. But based on what I know right now, based on what I'm seeing, I think we are going to have a very peaceful election cycle.
Abantu baje gotana kina tikubitiria bakenya murai gete yarokana murai na uruni gakubitiria bakenya komoreto mukonyi bumurai mukonyi bwikiama kia ODM ona baje gotana chingwana jikobekwa yani meta abana siasa anena bago ya bachochea bakwana chingwana gete chira turbanio morembe advice ya abana siasa bambarabyo
jina taiga there's nothing wrong with of course kwana mwana kwana to advance yourself. Jina tena as a politician, I also have to be careful amana kwana because when I talk also never wait sound bali bakajukura. So ekango kwa na tena antakiri ba kwana if you're in politics kwane engencho omaete number 1 era para antaba wa support ba koiba ba wanje number 2 enchira era konye create positivity or some embese as a community. Amana ko ba difficile in terms of rendo kama muntu kiango should be done in a way that is respectful and very very reasonable. So inche as any politician na advice no njo for one sake ngena siasa yane. Of course, it's going to be number 1. It's going to be very, very clear, but also it's going to be done in a way where at least no ina to support will see value in supporting mechanisms because they assume onto na what vision na what morembe na what enchero cha ala konye inside.
Nara okuboriga buna ekorogana abanyali bali emwatige tusuko mono chikura chierete na kimweso keiri abange agotena Charles Chui gwesokiri obugavana ku Runyaribari naye gwesokiri ku Runyaribari ongeri gwesokiri ku Runyaribari na Okengo Nyambane gwesokiri abanya na Rejo Tundo nene sogete ku Runyaribari abanyaribari besokiri abangi okorekana na emwati gutusuko ongeri bekana rurete kero kya 2017 emwati gutusuko bona limu amwire na masoka abangi.
Yeah, I won't say that. Well, I was saying now, I think number one is a good thing now. Whenever they're coming out in numbers. That shows na key. Whenever to what they rang, I make sure county MBA. You know, so I applaud every person. Okay, Nyambane, Charles Matoke, you know, Sam Okemwa, you know, Rachel Tundo. I support them very well. Okay, but if they can make their case on why they should be elected and why they are better options, then they're better. It doesn't matter no anybody. But I wouldn't say not they came out because they missed out last time. No, I think they're coming out because they actually see they can make a difference. And the same thing will apply to any community. You know, so I think if you believe that you can make a difference, it doesn't matter where you go with. So number one, I'm very happy now as okay because it shows now as a community that passion for leadership and passion to actually make a difference.
Liji kondiri na monto dimbenso chikurikie kirogo so mana siasa tata kirigo chiko tuare mechango atendi mechango yechi kanisa yechi skuru anne kartu ndrete kartu gure no ja sobo jori bonene enkwana yaone rie because yaro kanena abante ba kwenda mechango batumie mechango bakwana mangana yo goturbanio marembe enkwana yaone rie.
Number one, I think it's a good thing for us to follow the laid down rules. I think to kind of help abantu understand na ekra monta wocha ko batara it's not necessarily na wocha ko chakachibesa. Lakini I think it's there to allow us to now make our message more clear, to allow us to actually take our message to the voters. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Be clear and that rule goes step now. Any politician cannot going forward coach sasa mchango chikana sikia mkiamo. Lakini tiko tena that politician moko mchanga chibesa akolegachi. So in terms of my fundraising for my campaign, that is still open. And of course I'm looking forward to kwende having abantu bankonye and support it through the resources and whatnot for me to be able to get the job done. But now in terms of the other part of it, the rule only disallows you giving money in fundraisers as a political candidate.
Mwanju muri ndoje ni komanda to sanga na into birengere bino ga SMS mwatumire na pito bare korwegesa yawateana Chui no rigoro na ni ga ko asikura chigo ja merapu kwamboka korukanunda enera oteano tora ama oteane kerwe ne getinde yakoba lakini ingeta keiro bolemereria elinde onyare go kogenderera gojibusie kera oteana abantu na bange ama tusingo baroro lakini okolemereri goika kobe oro na bange batumete SMS igeke kunene sali ebiro bya chire mono na ande nyengo chiko koboli nyaro kurwe birengere bya obyo mwelio bosemi go chia so yo torigereti elinde kinya tokwenda gojibusie.
Number one, thank you very much for this chance for me number two, of course na nindegeti bono enkoli ekeroge waseneta. Inchente gete moligeli kilo monto kuboli keroge kyo moligeli the ability to actually deliver. Monto you no monto rocho isaina kobe keroge kyo monto you based on what you know about him and based on what he can do. No monto rocho rarai. So I believe of that person. So nje ngo basaba oranyale. Nje ndiri no monto oirure kokolega asi elende county ito nense ito endrebusho. So kujibosho nje nkwana ini mono I'll talk to you more in terms of my message and my campaign ende mu manyamono. Sibona yango tena ngalibaga na nche tokonyane to chenche county ito. Biema.
Indagate ora abasai barabu advice kyo kwa abasai kiara abasai ngutume kubale mano ase engakia siasa.
And as abasai number one, of course, mbiamono for actually for the first time playing a big role in terms of siasa ito. But I also want to know now siasa ito ya Kenya it's going to be there for a long time. No mo sa ayente ke doli na umonto juko chora. No monto ra kwenye bosora kwenye county no. So siasa wasai tige based on making informed decisions. Mo wasero wakra monte kwende ekura ising njago sera. Ende tigante bege ntete maiga. I think I wanna make this very clear. In as a person, number one, no monto who I don't believe in no sera. I know sera nkoro. I know it's something that hopefully we can do away with it. Lakini na kwenye ranki rusipi I will say now tiga enengo tebega. And I think this might be very interesting. Again now. Ekara ko sera monto. Osengo ko sera yebes. Ombe kobish. Okay, ni kolega si ko ngire. Of course no. Of course I will want to bring back my money. Ega si teba. So jengo tebega. Omonto ko seru. Osomo to wancha go sera. Ogo sera ndeten nkubeke no borgi. Kera ogo sera kuna kwa gere taunite amaganda atayo. Igo onye ko wancha go sera. Osoko sera ayata put no borgi. Kera if you snake be side. So I'm intentionally putting that association between us and nobody because I think I think we will do a better job. Yeah.
We wanna Mr. Chui, we want the Chui or the Bruna or Sarah, Nabo can go over again, go Sarah, Nabo, and go over the Brank review. I got to TV and this TV, he got the Nogo Sarah, Abokan, and Ogosena, we don't need Amagendero Maya, Igobono, Muasemi, we know got to the Gurio Sarah, to the Guria because we are Orio Kuburikero, or say Umurai, or to the Kerugo Chora. You go Mancho Muria Garden Amangana, no to come earlier say. Tingana lidoli nene muam gose ase mangana siasa namagendero kera jisajite chiam nyokirmono Chui na wakerembe bana so gas studio kera kwasa miriomo no monto bono mayere na Chui naro go jikobori kerogo kya ke bosena da se county akisinane anke kande karoraje no nte ide teri Chui ngairi arwede because ye Chui Chui ni megante wikira no ngo kora omoroberio kwa amangana aya kurwa semesa yeito ya siasa namagendero Pendengo na tore kai gana saro ntita ino tunya to koro moroberio bo ensakia igo manju more anda onsia sole toska
Ndizi TV Ubwansu Bwomogusi Obolemi nobonda nomuro buryo bwogwesemya nakwimanya igoro yobolemi bwekerero obuburakonye uchumi yorogonko rwogusi naboigo kenyengima kwimokerera igoro
Obolemi nobonda Voigo obolemi nesiro gosenegete kyo mogongo asogokini uchumi ya Kenya amonoro gongo rwagusi twabere togotara imeyoro gongo rwagusi twabere togokoretera amangana mange obotugi bwechimboli chamabere nigo boirete ekerengege kemono imeyeliro balyagusi
chiamate chiria chiaisanekirie nendagera nigo chigenderete boronge emanye oboremi bwa mugondo obotugi bwetugo na teknolojia yekerero yabalemi bande bagenderete gutumika na kubaletera ligesa linene na Mildred Momanye
omwancho murigereria konyo tayendo mutimo kontu agotebingo cyo no yo minto ore expert gi okoraga iga ase greenhouse gi omwancho murigereria bono tiganda koira mpaka asito gochigwesokera asito gwesokera chianga chirito kubeka ekero monta kwenda korusio oboke bono akoganetio boko bwao chigo chianga nchiri chikobe gutiganda koira oro na nchende soka na nje nchikori oboko obu toba sego
obolemi nobunda kire Jumatatu ensege muneni suya maragoba no moiroro ritu koria Jumanne chinza isano na ibere nechidegeke 15 Ndizi TV bw'omugusi.
Mbiamono mwanje murigerito on Ndizi TV maega yoko bano mugani tukiga ase studio Mheshimiwa Jeffrey atebirubuna ere mangana go sero mete ebini mtobie tirune chingaki
Chui yate ane go sero tari go sero mundo tamaine director yane ero ngake ote ane gani sero gose kane chukwa kekura ero rato te ne na gani sero gose ta kitiko sero igera into tuate na no ta keto sero no chukwa kekura
omete isoko seru we rapora nyoro bara ibandi naro wesokire otata ituchi gukora magenderero otageta go sera ka wikari eira nirichibesa chia yakora ibintu biaye asoke baada ya miaka 5 after all abakoranga na sera tabantu igobone karuto go choro murai choro monto bwibikorwa na atakwa kende ose na kwa kende lakini onyorenga no muntu bwibikoro gwachorora chiko konya ase miaka 5 ire busyo igembwe igayo gosera era tigira beku kando asinginjo abara imbaro baro bagwesokia agosera egeraso ekorna metenya gosera mpaka nkomore kura yao kera chire gari believe you me tali magendera go chiko korera igago chiko iranie besa yae amatuka yo era koreki asoke na bandi mbaro babwate passion batete gukorera banta magendero na tatwara na takosera na bwate a future osena bwata marogete ase abantu baye be county ebenyamire gose Kisi gose Kenya ngima igobona ikarto gochora tigatochore abaraibali bebikorwa tegerera chisera cy'omonto tegerera chi agenda cy'omonto abwate nande nabokora omonto gukwana maene ani nabokora omonto kerekende gukwana obolimo.
Lakini bano go sero gotimeti mbinu kiego jakobe ko gosimero gergie gobe ko sero ko nyare ko gosiro mete ogo sero mete bono anda bantu ba advanced onena ba kubuli biro ya tana njira na chena tinga yana piston 8 piston 10 bono kro mondo dena na jene piston bono bantu ba jiko ko mondo anda bantu ba tana ki ntuarwara tigaturage bono nena no me dimero bergio jakobe kwa omwanjo muri rinde ogo sero ko nyare ko sira lakini mambia na aba tegerbe aba rigire betro aje patateina mero bergio takere ko be gose ogo sera gose ngosire gosera ni ga gosera ma juwa ke kura gose ni ga gwa ke kura aganyama genderaje ngagete mambi na buturaje ko boli gose na butokuri boli bona montanya ko tutumira gwetera se mitandao yetu
Igono mwanchu murigereria ayena kiuroche goikose rumanya gwake kura gosigo gwake kura oganya magenderero igo neriboli to koboli na bagotorikera karangaro kya gwetera se namba iyo kona gweta bwase screen yago gose Facebook no tole live na Ndizi TV News Twitter no tole buna @Ndizi TV News na YouTube tonyore buna Ndizi TV News egere otobekere karangaro kya go gabo ekero turange guche gukorera kigima kure ndo inyore karotwa chage tumurobere chinsa ikomenebere cya mambia ntwabole tumwanchwa umurigereria nga ntwacengerete litukoria Jamhuri Day litukoria igoro abwasomo yigo korekanete ime yo mocho Nairobi asegeti kya Uhuru Gardens twakobolinga nkikeria ekwego kerati gosengi kwego keire kurotanyoro busibole buna NCA ito ya Kenya birangara libya onto bibwata ngo chitole ko birigereria segeke kekerebosyo kurende gendera gotobwatia tona gusanga asenchirenga bunejo ekarotora somurobulyo bwensa kya akoreto mana inche Sara Nyarange on Twitter
nanje Brighton Makoli inyorona lituko liamambia na lentokare asomurobulyo bwensa kya astoja kachinza jiriko minebero gachinza isato chemambia Sara lituko liamambia ingibantu yatwatebia omo rigerito
lituko liamambia ne lituko lia afya gose obochenu Tuesday astoko nyoro mumanyi bwo bochenu omunyabanyagitari ao egere twakwanira mangana mange igoro ya afya yemebere ya ito twabere to koligereria afya yobonko gose mental health asama tukamaega andasingencho ye demand gosa soko boli kwao gukabo kwa igoro mono tukaba to koligereria mono amangana ya afya yobonko korenderi tukolia ankento chikoligereria afya yende nto chikokumanya na nto chikogotebi asi chinsa chito chirobosyo igo gendera kona kobaime na mambi nkomera na tole gaiga ekarto bato mumanyi osa omo daktari olitura chigukwanira iguru ya marwire
inyoro mwanjo morigereria buna rituko ria Jumatano nigo tugitwa twara abamanyi bamangana yigisemi tukwana gisemi ime ya gusi nensi yeito engima boigo rituko ria Ramisi nigo tugitwa kwanira rijiko rito aneneka tukwemanyi mono igoro yerijiko twamanya rights cheto njirijeji nande na aria takiri kubeguri ase rijiko rito ria Kenya rituko ria Friday na ndio nturagutika magega
ne rituko ria Free Friday asukumira n'abanyangongo gusaba sani bachire kumakuru riro balito lia gusi engima egere twara burudikana barabo batutebi migana yabo na kibacha gete obusani bwabo gusamatera abo egere baratutumbuiza asengencho Free Friday nekero gwakorire mirimo yawe weekend ngima wana Free Friday nero no gwanate kwea asoko mubere pole asokoro mirana n'abanyangongo kura gusi egere baratosemya gwetera ase obubugi bwabo korende oyo mto Brighton ndochinga nara okolika ngagerta akolika akara uko gwatomogani yegase studio tumeti akoro kwa Peter obare agotebanga akorigerio korwa egesa Kiogaro agotebanga Chui wewe ndiye kiongozi 2022 tuende mbele kiti ya governor kinaenda bobasi okay oyune korende ago congratulate umurai kwa bwatege gase studio mera kwambuka from Kanunda oborai negentege kongu lazima obomoremereria na watu na abantu mbaroro abandi bakurama abandi kurende nande kero kende bagotainga twisaini kurende ekaro kwa mwire goswase oborari nande sukabusio liuka
manjo morigereria nkagirete na mange twakoretera kuru na manjo morigereria anda onse asoro mete na no munyangongo itu meto morigereria itu nero munyangongo itu hata beti ona itu ntoko baga bono manjo morigereria togoteina tio tonyorane mambia nitukoria chumaine chinsabuneji bono asore nyomba otoereta ke anenero mete ne everyday yasugetu gocha nitukoria lero bono asore otoerete na kubwate macha okonywa sanga na abamino nande na twende tukwerio ni ujase omuyega bwe Christmas sanga na abamino no ebintu bikongete no nyururi bwa COVID-19 bwa turubani ebintu iganda onse asoberete mwanjo morigereria nyara kugusanga na abamino keri